Hey, what's up guys? As you may have guessed by now, we will be learning how to simulate rotary engines today.
Oh, Ange the Great made a new engine sim update. And I've got an early release. In exchange for giving him an early release. Oh yes. There we go. Oh. There we... Hold on, what's going on? Oh, whoa. What just, how'd that happen? Hold on, let's try doing that again. It doesn't want to start? Oh, that's weird until it like actually gets an ignition. Weird. Also, this can't run turbos and it is always open valves apparently. Oh, that's cool. Let's do a dyno run. Oh, bro. That is pretty awesome. Alright, so I'll give you a little bit of heads up here. They specifically wanted me to let you know that this is an early release, so yes, it is problematic. And also it being naturally aspirated, all that sort of stuff, I've been thinking, I can't really make the 787B with it. Or can I? So if we're gonna try to create something like this, it's gonna be very hard to make an exact replica. We're gonna have to start off with a body like this, and it's not a real 100% sort of accurate portrayal. We got the flat front, yes. I don't know, the body just seems a little bit more like subtly shapely. But I suppose we'll give it a try. The wheelbase is about 2.6 meters. Wait, no, 2.6 meters instead. Wait, hold on. Why is the 787B 2 centimeters longer? Anywho, 2.6 meters long. Oh no. There isn't a 2.6. Wait, hold on. No, the 2.7 is 2.65. Okay, yes, perfect. What sort of weight are we aiming for? Probably carbon fiber-ish, so 830 kilos. Yeah, this is gonna have to be carbon fiber. Carbon fibre, monocoque, and carbon fibre. I wonder if they had push rod. That is definitely push rod on the rear. What about on the front? That's not the 787B. Why is that coming up in the search results? I give up. Push rod and push rod. Now, what's going to be the best representation? Probably something like this in 6-cylinder format. Probably accurate enough. I just want to get in the ballpark of the power so then I know how to tune my gear ratios and whatnot. And then we are, yes, putting a turbo on here. And then when we replace the power numbers, the turbo will be an additive on top. So we'll be able to get those power numbers that we actually want. That has to be the ugliest power curve I have ever seen. We're looking for somewhere around 5 to 600 kilowatts? I think these numbers look good enough. Now, we're not caring about sound or anything, so as long as it's in the weight ballpark, it'll be fine. Give it some good old semi-slicks. I wouldn't know what the tire regulations were. I know that there wasn't really limits on those sorts of things because they wanted it to be more about the limits that the people would set themselves, which ended up making them like super dangerous. Oh, and we've got tires in here. Oh, nice. 300s to 355s, or apparently 275s to 330s. That is not a lot of disparity between the two. Oh, these tires are almost identical. And these ones were only 640 in diameter and these ones 710. Oh, they've already got... I think that they might have had this in mind. We do have some cool turbo fans on there though. We'll deal with that in a second, however. Got some good old vented though. I would have guessed that this thing would have had something like carbon ceramics at this point. Oh, no sports under trace, so let's go ahead and cheat. Woo! Race diffuser. We are gonna give it ABS though. I don't know if it does. I can't really see anything on it, so I'm just gonna run with it because I like ABS. And would you look at that strong oversteer? What a surprise. I mean, we can try reducing front camber, then increasing front sway bar stiffness. Yeah, we're gonna have to overcome a lot of this with aero. But holy cow, this thing won't start like becoming uncontrollable until over 150 kilometers an hour. This is with like bad tire like setup and no aero. So, oh, I suppose it does have the race diffuser. All right, yeah. Look at that, 15 to 16 kilograms of downforce. Nice. What sort of top speed do they reckon? 431? Yeah, methinks we need down than that. And apparently this is as low as it goes. What? Why? That's a no from me, Butto. Bucko. This is gonna have to be the most solid of the suspension, otherwise this thing is going to collide with the ground. Because it is very... Yeah, I know how BeamNG and automation work together. Oh dear. Alright, maybe the wheel arches aren't big enough, because I want to get this really low, but as you can see, the tires are very, very tight.
You are tight like a tiger.
Looking at the body morphs, the front does come out approximately the width of the front tires, and the rear kind of stoops down and disappears. Well, we can stoop it down easily, though it looks weird. And then the front we can drag out. There we go. Ooh, that's doing pretty well. If only we could make this rear disappear altogether. Oh, we can. I mean, not altogether, but pretty darn close. God, this is a sexy car. I think we're gonna pick a base color now. Do we make it green and put orange on it, or make it orange and put green on it? Oh, I think there's just maybe a smidgen bit more orange. Wow, orange does not look appealing here. A little bit more red. Yeah, there's a lot of color choices here. Nice. Looks like the roof is mostly green with silver on the... Okay, well, I think it'd be easier to make it silver and then put green on it, or am I mistaken? Let's just set the green for now. But the silver, you know what? No, it would be easier to put the silver on later, because the silver can just kind of splatter wherever it lands, but the green I'd have to paint around the windshield. And I don't want to do that. And it seems that I can drop the entire roof all in one go. Ooh. And then it seems that I can paint parts of the... Oh, we can get rid of it. Oh, nice. There's no way that the dev didn't have this in mind. Now, there should be a few turbofan options in here somewhere. Oh, yeah, that's why you don't use the default turbofan wheels. Luckily, there's lots of mods about turbofans. Nice. Wait, only the front has turbofans? I never noticed. All right, well, I mean, we could do that. What we'll do is export 2 versions of it, and then we'll just put the different wheels on the rear here. Next, I suppose, we will start dealing with the front. We have a little bit of a lip, and then that goes straight into a big cutout. Luckily, we have a bunch of lips, which are just very boringly flat fronted like this, and none of them seem to fit. I don't want to have to fake downforce, but I think I might have to. Yeah, nah. So 3D fixtures it is. Something like this I think fit perfectly, and then we'll just fake it later. That's doing okay to cut out the bottom, but we'll do that in a bit. And now I'm just realizing that basically everything on the front is green, so time to change that up. Perfect. Hold on, is there actually, can I paint just the front green? Oh, yes. Now headlights. Interesting. Shouldn't be too hard. Yep, okay, it's harder than what I thought. Oh, this is horrible. All right, instead, we're going to cut it out. All right, next is to make the shape, which we're going to use this mod here. So first line comes around a fair chunk into this sort of line along here. Seems very low, so about there. Then we're going to make this side out of a fresh type of glass, and it's fairly see-through. It's just the background is black. So transparency up. That looks good. Now this line running up the hood should be around there, I reckon. And then the last one should wrap around this way, which is going to be the trickiest, I reckon. First we'll shrink it, rotate it, get it into place, then 3D it, rotate it, and stretch it out. Yeah, all right, it's not as bad as I thought. Just lots of switching back between 2D and 3D to get this right. We'll get there eventually. By the way, I'm using the 2 and 3 keys on my keyboard to switch back quickly. And we'll deal with the corners in a bit, but for now, I think that's a pretty good outline for the headlight. And everything around it is green. We can just cut out more than what we need to and fill it back in with green anyway. Filling in the glass though, however, is gonna be the tricky part, because it's always gonna look a little bit dodge. Grab some inset patches, and this is basically how the rest of the design is gonna go. Now, I think for filling in the glass, we're instead going to use, not a cutout, hold on, a regular patch. This is an inset patch. I'm gonna try to do it on an angle here, because if I try to use a square one, it's going to play funny buggers. I don't like my chances. What about a square one? See, now you're starting to see my issue. Nothing is going to work quite so right. But now if we just sink it down really deep, and well, we might have to use cutout here, that should make ourselves a good piece of glass. That's working pretty well. Now to make the housing, we're gonna use these angly doodads, and those get to be black. Good. Now some lights in there? Yeah, we got some things for that. How's that look? I mean, it works, kind of. Now, if we have a look here, there's a big scoop down here and the nose is flat, but there is still the wheel arch sort of things going on here. I don't know if we're gonna get a wing to fit this shape, but I suppose it doesn't hurt to try. Yeah. Nah. Oh, I can scale it inverted and that works. Oh, that works really well. I wonder what that does to aerodynamics, however. We're creating about the same front and rear, and it doesn't create the wing inverted. Ooh, interesting. The problem is, though, is now we can't get the paint scheme. Because you see here, this comes down there, and we don't have that no more. I have an idea. What if we do some cheeky deeky? Woo, nice. Now we'll also have, like, butt tons of downforce on the front as well. This is actually really tricky to do without being, like, ostentatiously done. What's the angle? From there to middle of the wheel well? Or just behind the wheel well? And we have to cover this back up with patchwork, but that'll be fine. This thing is gonna have so many goddamn polygons. And now we're generating approximately 500 kilos of downforce in the front. That's gonna hurt our fuel efficiency, which is very important for these sorts of cars, and also our top speed, which is incredibly important for cars like this. This is gonna take a lot of patchwork. I've skipped ahead just a smidge, and I found that creating diamond shapes wasn't possible with the original patchwork. So I've made a new mod that I'm going to be making available, and it allows you to transform these in the different directions that the other ones don't allow you to do. That'll be available. The rest of this, we're just now missing mostly the livery, maybe a mirror or two, you know, just the small things. So I don't know what this renown thing is. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to be able to get the white writing. It's going to be tricky. My only real option is to look to see if there's blue with white outline, and I don't think I've ever seen anything like that here. Okay, there's this, whatever that is, and then there's Sparker. You know what, we might go with Sparker. I think Sparker looks a little bit better because there's no... Is there actually extra writing? No, it's just one line. This is also very narrow. This is quite wide. I think I'm gonna go with this. It's not right, but I do like it a little bit more. Oh, it is jittering like crazy. So if you ever get it jittering or it just looks really low res, what you do is first zoom in quite a bit, and then when you zoom out, it'll look a lot better. Just a small little hack from your Film Man 86. Now on the rear wing, I think we got a similar thing. Unfortunately, everything is a low angle shot. Here we go, a toy car, charge, black with white outline. Let's try looking again. No such luck. There is, however, this. It's got black with white writing. Yeah, that does okay. I think we'll put a few little aerials on here. This will be for, I think this is meant to be an airspeed detector. What else we got in there? I suppose there's a big number here. That's fine. Oh yes, that weird mirror. That's always been in here, but like I've never been able to like justify using it because it's just so weird. Here we go. This is the one. The person made this weird mod ages ago and I've just never used it. They are very tall. So yeah. Oh, that's a weird time. This car is super jank. Not the hugest fan of what I've done with everything, but at least I've got it working. And as I always say, near enough is good enough. This thing is gonna go terribly in BeamNG. Oh no. This like high poly count is why we need a livery painter as opposed to just using patchwork for everything. But it's fine. We're pretty much done, I think. I don't think there's anything else to do. Now, let's go in. What sort of... we should do aero first. What do we got? Let's down the front aero, because that's going to be way too much. And up the rear aero and down the front aero again. Oh, we just won't stop oversteering. All right, let's go, like, little front angle and lots of rear angle. You know what? I think it'll do, because for some reason cars tend to understeer a little bit more when they get over to BeamNG anyway. As for the brakes, we'll down the pressure and up those pads, which will give us the resilience from brake fade that we need. Then this. We're still getting a really high top speed. It's not right. It's near 400 kilometers an hour. So 300 and basically 380 is two. Oh, you know what? Actually, that is a reasonable top speed. I don't know what actually it reached. 258 miles per hour. Oh, we're actually less than what we need to be. I suppose that'll come down to how we do our power band over an engine sim. But as it currently stands, what do we reckon it'll do around automation test track? I'm gonna guess like a 155, though it does oversteer. Ooh, a 151, not bad. Oh, that took a long time to export. Now, I'm going to undo that because I stuffed up. I was meant to not pack the zip mod. I'm sorry. Goodbye. Now let's do it again. Woo! Let's clone this. Put GW for gold wheels. And we've got a 5-spoke 3-piece wheel. All right, we have one in the standard section. I mean, we have this, which is close. But you see the extra detail? This is not that sort of detail. Oh, if we go something like this, and then make it work, we will have writing on the tires. I just wish that it came with a center lock at least. So if you're wondering what a center lock is, it's this here. Instead of having like 5 studs to attach the wheel, it's just one center locking nut. How does the wheel not spin independent of the axle then? I reckon that will do. Oh, we got gold brakes too. All right, well, for the first time in yonks, I'm gonna be painting my brake caliper. Same as the wheel. Ooh, yeah. All right, exporting it now. Just get rid of that. And that. All right, let's see how it works. We're going to start off with a normal one. And then, if this wants to load anytime soon, we will try out the separate wheels. So if we go rear suspension, rear hubs, there we go. Gold wheels, GW. There we go. And now we can easily... I remember when that used to be like a full-on hassle to do. So, ooh. Big explosion outside, that was weird. Let's see how the car goes. Oh, it does lurch a lot, surprisingly. I thought... I did set the suspension to be super stiff, but yet... Oh, the body is still really roly-poly. I probably should have made this vehicle a little bit narrow. It looks maybe a smidgen bit wide? Hard to tell. I don't really run automation test track back to front, but I decided to spin, so this is what I'm doing now. I don't have a lot of traction on the rear tires. Feels like I'm running on icicles. But at least the vehicle itself, is working. God damn it. Doing what I wanted to do for the most part. Come on, floor it. There we go. Going around popsicle the wrong way. This is usually tricky in the best of circumstances. All right, so that's weird. It understeers whilst wanting to oversteer. That's very strange. It's as if the downforce isn't really doing anything. Oh, I never did line up the exhaust, did I? That's a problem. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and get our own engine anyway. Wait, would it be one-sided because it's a quad rotor? Here we've got an example of an exhaust cutout on one side, same side, and then the other side not. So yeah, I meant to only have one side of exhaust. Well, time to go back and do that. First things first, we're gonna stiffen up these sway bars because they need to be a lot stiffer, and as you can see, I went above 10 here. It's just this doesn't want to understeer. So more rear downforce. About 800-ish kilos of downforce sounds okay. Much better on the scale there. This isn't saying actually really a decrease in speed of much at all. So that works out well. Let's go ahead and fix this exhaust. So we're gonna unmirror that and unmirror that. So this side will look normal, and then we'll cover that up. Then we'll switch this back to a single exhaust, make it a fat 4.2-inch exhaust, and I think we've solved the issue for now. And even though it is still showing it being a dual exhaust, unfortunately this is far back as we can make the exhaust. Maybe if we just fake it by angling it and then moving it inwards. So it'll be in a similar area. It'll work, right? Now with those changes and the fact that the engine is a lot more tucked up, I think we're good. Send it back, and now I get to work with this glorious puppy. Oh, come on, start up. Come on, nope, start up, there we go. There we go. All right, yeah, so this isn't the most perfect setup. This is an early access version. Anj wants you to know that this is not going to be the final version. So if it does look jank, it's because it is, but it won't be forever. You know, even though he's working on the new game, I'm surprised he went back and actually did this for the people to have this for free. But man, that's cool. Let's hear that gear changing thing that he showed as well. So I think it's shift for clutch, up for change gear, and oh, we stalled. There we go. This thing is wicked. Is there a brake? I don't think there is a brake, so like I have to wait for this thing to slow down all on its own. Let's just take it out of here, it's fine. Dyno, let's see what it does. Oh, no, hold on. Oh, no, I turned the dyno off. Oh, no, and then it's, God damn it! There we go, and full power run. 200, 300, 400, 500 horsepower, 600 horsepower, 650. Okay, you know what? We don't actually need to really add a turbo to this, do we? My goodness. Well, 9,000 RPM, not bad. I'm going to stop recording now so that I can do the absolutely tedious, mind-numbing task of recording this and editing it, dividing it up, and then putting it into individual bits. I hate this part. Oh, also, if you're just going to say use Sim Recorder, this version isn't available with Sim Recorder yet. All right. Whew, that took some time, but we do finally have the new sounds in here. Oh my god, that is atrociously loud. Wait. Is that even... Oh, wait, maybe I haven't done this yet. The reason why I'm so unsure about what actually it is that I've got here is because, yeah, I haven't done it. It's probably been about an hour, 2 hours, me working on this, so I don't remember what it sounds like. So there we go. Okay, save that with the new sample sound. And what does it sound like now? Oh, there we go. That's what we like to hear. You know what I didn't do though? I didn't transfer the power curve. Well, I finally transcribed it over. It's a bit of a weird power curve. Let me give you a quick run through of the power curve. Notice that it like gets full torque really early on, which seems unusual for a rotary, but then again, I don't probably know what a power curve of a rotary looks like. But then the power curve goes and then it tends to wind down towards the end. Not the best, but pretty freaking cool. Now, over in BeamNG, you can see here that our max power is 1,032 horsepower, or metric horsepower, which is basically the same number if you have a look here. So our solution to this is to go to where our turbo is, and then play with our turbo pressure, which should be this one right here. So let's drop this down to like, say, let's go to 22 for now. 1032 becomes 1010. There, we got another 110 horsepower to go. Drop down 2 psi and 909 horsepower. Good. We are at qualifying spec, and without the turbo, it's only about 447 horsepower, which is actually still a decent number. Now, let's go in and change these tires to the gold ones. Then we're going to go in and we're going to save over, but I don't know which one it is. And we'll get rid of this and see what this thing is like. I'm going to be quiet for this so you guys can hear it. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna fix this scraping first. Oh, it's the exhaust nodes. Alright, I can fix that easily. If this does happen to you, open up the engine structure, which will be inside of your hash name for the car. Then look for all of these and anything that's particularly low. So I think it was just 7, but we'll put that up anyway. Then these, if we wanted to have the exhaust in the right place, we'd fiddle with those. And to do that now at 1:13 a.m. would be a bad idea, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Like and subscribe! Okay, now if I was getting any exhaust particulates, they would come out of there. Why aren't they coming out? Why is there no exhaust particulate? There's an option here for exhaust particulate, right? There we go. 10,000 times exhaust particulate. Still nothing? What is happening? Wait, hold on. What? Where are the exhausts coming out? What the hell is that? It seems the exhaust is coming out of exhaust 6 and not 11. Why? Yeah, whatever, we could just transfer these nodes over. Finally, the exhaust is coming out of the right place. I'm also noticing this is something that we've been asking for a while. When you restart, it would usually always bring back the vehicle, but now you have to go into the here and then, so I can refresh it as many times as I want and it won't come back again? Oh my god, this is so good for modding. Thank you, BeamNG devs. You've done something actually really freaking awesome. That is, thank you so... Oh, that's a godsend. Anywho, let's turn these exhaust particulates back down again. Much better. All right, now you get to listen to it. I suck at this. Let's put some rear toe in on the rear, and then we're gonna add a little bit more downforce to the rear. About 170, yeah. Let's get it over a ton of downforce on the rear. Wait, hold on. Nope, that was constant. No, I don't want constant, that's cheating. What I want is about 200 here. Now go back to listening. Seems we're maxing out. I'm sorry that this lap is ruined by me being terrible. Also, why is my gauge back to front? What the hell? Man, that was pretty cool. To be able to take a car like this around Circuit de la Sarthe, where it got famous, and now I'm trying to drive it in like an aerial cam sort of thing, like some sort of idiot. I'm already bad at driving, this is so much worse. Why am I doing this to myself? I have a bit of a surprise guest I think I want to bring on for this. Hello?
Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can.
Excellent.
Alright, you can come over and see the brilliant, splendorous car I've made. Completely unique, nobody's ever thought of doing this before.
Yeah, it's definitely not the most popular car, I think.
Are you kidding?
I'm being sarcastic. I saw it in the loading screen.
I know, but I gave it such a coded
it was disguised
name.
A little bit.
The name was coded. It was called Mazda instead of Mazda, and the 7B 8B instead of the 787B. Completely under the radar. I don't think anybody will ever pick it.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm pretty quick, so I decoded it. It took me a few minutes, though.
This took a lot of design work, and it is very high poly, because every single bit of green and every single bit of white is its own, like, little mesh that's, like, lots of polygons.
I see.
Because there's no livery painter in automation.
Oh.
You know how your game, when you let off the accelerator, it does the warbling under suspension movement and whatnot?
Yeah, I did add that in this version.
No matter what you do when you let off the accelerator, it will always have that sound. So it's not perfect, but I did my best.
I mean, I'm sure it'll be a fine approximation.
I mean, I thought it was freaking great. I love this.
I'm ready.
All right, let's take it around. Now,
acceleration pretty decent.
Are you still using a keyboard, or you got a controller now?
I'm still in the keyboard gang right now.
Oh dear. Just as I look back and see you saying that, you spear off the corner horribly. Yeah, this is a race car, so you're gonna have a bad time. It's hard to control, right?
It's a little challenging, but
I wonder if, hold on, we'll go into options quickly. Oversteer reduction assist. Have you got that turned on?
I don't have either of the oversteer or the understeer reduction on. They're both off.
You know what? Turn them both on. That should be good then. And now try it out. Should be a lot easier to control. Oh wait, I've got no collisions turned on. So I went through you.
It actually sounds pretty good. Kind of surprised.
Sounds good? Yeah, I like it. Like, even the warble, even though I know how it's flawed and it's not meant to be like that, it still sounds pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, like, if you're just driving in kind of a race fashion, it's almost not really noticeable, because every time you let off, you know, it's like at high speed, so you'd expect it to make that noise.
Yeah, but even when you slightly... So I've got a controller, I know this one very clearly. If I go to, like, say, 90% throttle, it starts creeping in that sound effect because it blends the two together.
I see.
So, yeah. It's not terrible. You'll also get a little bit of air towards the end of this straight as well. Whoa, did you just do a wheelie?
I'm not sure what I'm doing right now. I feel like my car is destroyed. There was I think it was Alt Insert that we did? Yeah, okay, I got it. Alright,
Yeah.
I'm doing this serious now.
You seem to be struggling with the mouse and keyboard.
The on-off throttle is challenging.
Problematic? Yeah. I probably should have put traction control on, to be honest.
We'll see if I can do it.
Also, it'll understeer under acceleration.
I see.
And how I drive it personally is I do trail braking heavily into corners.
I see.
But I don't know if that'll work with controller. Oh, sorry, with keyboard.
We're gonna find out.
So, how's my recreation of the 787B?
It actually sounds pretty good.
Compared to Gran Turismo.
It's been so long, like, I haven't played Gran Turismo 4 in a very long time, so honestly, I can't even comment. Like, I just remember it sounding really good.
Yeah.
But this was so long ago, I mean, it could have just been me, like, you know, being a teenager. I have no idea.
Nostalgia goggles and all that sort of stuff?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like, if I go based on memory, it actually sounds pretty close, like what you've done here.
I mean, it's more what you've done here. I've just implemented it into the game.
Yeah, I guess. Well, I mean, still takes some effort, I guess.
Oh yeah, it's tedious work.
Yeah, I mean, you made the model. Model's pretty decent. Did you do this in automation, or...
Yeah, it's pretty much all entirely automation.
Nice.
I haven't bothered remodeling the engine yet. That's something I'm planning to do in the future, maybe. But yeah, this rotary update, bro, friggin' awesome.
Thank you.
Can't wait for it to...
It was pretty rushed out, as you can probably tell. I don't know if you've ran into any... Some people ran into some kind of amusing issues with it, but...
I had a few bugs here and there.
Worked. Yeah.
But restarting my computer fixed most of them. You'll also notice that I put a turbo on this.
I was gonna ask about the boost.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if this car originally
had
forced induction.
It very much did.
Did it?
And
no idea.
it created about 900 horsepower.
Yeah, I don't remember the... For some reason, I always remembered it being naturally aspirated, but...
Really? Hold on, let me...
I could be wrong about that.
I'm gonna have a quick look. Oh, apparently it didn't have a turbo.
Yeah, I think I remember it being naturally aspirated for some reason. But, like, I'm sure that someone has made a rotor turbocharged thing at some point.
I'm having a look at it, and there is no turbos on here. Damn it! How did I overlook that? I mean, without the turbo, we can turn the turbo off easily, actually. So Control W, under engine, turbocharger, empty. But this should only be about 400 horsepower, so it's a little bit short. I didn't want to tune your engine either, because that seemed like too much effort.
Yeah, I didn't match it exactly. There were some inaccuracies. I just wanted to show like the general idea. I didn't go to the effort of like replicating it perfectly, but
453 horsepower. So it'll be a little bit slower, but still pretty darn fast.
I mean, it's not bad. I think this car weighed like 800 kilograms or something.
Yeah, I think my version's 900? 910.
Yeah, it's close enough.
Probably could have made it a little bit lighter, however. Well, now we're doing the NA version that I wish I had have known about. I also, didn't want to tune because I didn't think I'd know how to.
Yeah, it's some of the inputs I think to the engine simulator have changed. Like the rotaries, I mean, they didn't need that many changes, but the parameters are different now. And there were some issues where people would like modify some of the parameters, and then the like rotors would turn into pinwheels and like just weird bugs like that. They're all fixed now. But
oh, okay. This is still pretty awesome. I am surprised that they're able to get between numbers vary between 600 and 900 horsepower out of a naturally aspirated engine, to be honest.
Yeah, it is pretty insane. I'm kind of surprised like how quickly they can actually spin.
Yeah,
I mean, when you look at the design, it looks so cursed, like the way that they move. But like,
I grew up around people that had some rotaries, so I do know about them. And getting your head wrapped around how they initially move at first really boggles the mind.
Yeah, this was one of the like people have been suggesting to do rotaries ever since the first engine simulator video went up. And
yeah,
the only thing that like kept me away from it was I just thought like it has to be difficult. I mean, you just look at the way that it moves and it looks a little bit intimidating. It's actually pretty simple once I started doing it, but it looks very intimidating at first.
Well, I would imagine it would be. I've not really thought about it too much in the past. All I did was just learn basically how it moves around, and I went, yep, cool, good enough for me. I'm never gonna own one probably. Because they're either unreliable or too expensive. I almost did buy a Series 8 RX-7 when I was younger, but wasn't able to get it into the country.
I see.
And it would have only cost me $8 grand.
Oh, that's pretty decent.
Yeah.
There was I don't remember which YouTube channel this was, but there was a channel that was doing something with rotaries in Australia, and they called it like a Angry Bees car or something. I don't remember.
Sounds
it had,
about
like,
right.
a nickname. Yeah.
Rotaries are quite popular in Australia.
Yeah,
they're not very common still. More common than America, I'd assume. I must say, thank you very much for giving us this rotary update.
No problem.
And out of 10, what do you give this car? Even though the tires do poke through the body and the mesh is kind of a little bit Z-fighting sort of thing, and the fact that you're driving it on keyboard.
It's a little rough around the edges. I mean, the back wheels do kind of poke out of the top sometimes, but I mean these are easily fixed. Just minor issues. I mean, I'd give it like an 8 out of 10. I think it's pretty decent.
Nice. Anyway, I'm going to stop the recording now then. So, that is this car, and I learned something. They're naturally aspirated. I wouldn't have known. Also, this is the new BeamNG map. We'll be doing something about this in the future. But for now, I would like to thank my channel members, and that specifically includes De Hellerman. Thank you for being a top-tier channel member. For everybody else, I'll catch you all next time. Goodbye. God damn it, this map is also from America.